Hi guys, this is Jackie from techjackie.com, and this is the continuation video from the previous video where I teach you how to do effective keyword research for SEO. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I will leave the link in the description below so you can go ahead and watch that. So this is like from the previous video, I got a couple of keywords, right, about 100 or 200 keywords, right. So I went ahead and did a cleanup and decided to only keep the groom dog keyword, right. Let's just what we discussed in the previous video, that we would want to focus on this first, right. So here I went ahead and filter out to only these 11 keywords, and I did also find the search volume and the CPC, right, for these two keywords, just for example. So as you can see here, for example, can you groom dog with human clippers, right, has a search volume of 20 according to the tool Uber suggests. But in the tool shows 20 there, right, it doesn't mean that this will be an absolute value. Because sometimes what I normally see is, if even the tool shows 0 search volume or 10 search volume, it depends. Sometimes if it is a season, right, let's say um, at particular moment in the year, for that keyword it might spike up a lot, or even even though if it's not a season uh, in the year, right, so still you would get more search volume than what the keyword tool suggests you, right. So in any way, just go ahead and pick the keywords and list down the search volume, because obviously search volume, it has something much more tangible, right, where you can actually compare them and kind of prioritize according to the search volume, right. Now in this video I'll teach you how to pick up the right keywords for your content. You see, there are basically two things you need to keep in mind. One is your website's authority, and number two is the competition level. If you're just starting out, or if you have just started out, right, you would have less authority to your website, right. So in that case you would want to pick keywords which you can easily rank for, right, and obviously have some search volume, so you would not just create content without anyone visiting your site. But just as I said, even though if it shows 0 search volume, you would still want to go after it if number one, the content or the keyword is perfectly aligned with your theme. Number two, if it looks reasonable enough, right, that you think that people would search for them, right. So besides all these numbers, you would need to decide for yourself as well. So first of all, right, once you know your domain authority or your level, right, then you would want to pick which one your keywords to go after. For one tool which I want you to really install, and it's free, is called Moz Chrome extension, right. As you can see here, just go ahead and type on Google Moz Chrome extension, right. And what this tool does is it will show you the website's domain authority and page authority of all the website listed on the Google search. And it's a free tool. Just go ahead and install it. Once you have done that, just go ahead and sign up right on the Moz website, and you will see something like this. And once after you have installed it, it will be somewhere on the top right like this. Now the reason being is um, there's a very strong correlation between website ranking on the first page and the backlinks, and obviously the domain authority and page authority. But it doesn't mean that if you have less backlinks you won't be able to compete with them, but it's just the majority of times. And this tool is a very good tool to really analyze the competition level of the keywords. You can also use any your paid SEO tools, right? For example, Ahrefs keyword difficulty, which also is another good factor, or SEMrush. If you use SEMrush, you can use the keyword difficulty feature there as well. But obviously, if you don't have any paid tools, you can follow along with me in this video, right? Okay, so once you have installed the tool, right, just go ahead and plug in your keywords. Let's say I want to test out this keyword to see if it's a good keyword to go after or not, right. So just go ahead and copy that, paste it there, right, click enter. Okay, and go ahead and toggle this tool, right. As you can see here, the domain authority and the page authority, right? um, when you actually look at the competition, or when you analyze this, both the metric are essentials. But you see, because sometimes you may see website ranking higher with lesser domain authority, but you need to look at the page authority as well, right? For example, because page authority is correlation with the number of links pointing to that to the page itself, not the overall website. But you would need to analyze both the metrics, right? And see if both of them are kind of similar to each other and not too much, right? And when suggesting what number you should really look for, right? For example, if you find if once you plug in the keywords, right, and you see that the majority of results ranking on the first page has a DA, let's say less than 30, and a PA of, I don't know, let's say less than a 15 or 20, then those are the kind of keywords you would want to go after, right? But obviously this varies from person to person, because it depends on your website as well, right? Maybe you have a domain authority of, let's say, 40, then you can obviously target much higher keywords, right? Competitions. So you would want to keep it somewhere, not make it about 3 times greater than your domain authority. For example, if your domain authority is 10, you would want to keep it not more than 30, right? The domain authority, something like that, just about 2 to 3 times, right? Then you would have a strong chance of ranking on the first page. So go ahead and plug in the keywords, and what you see is the majority. Just analyze the majority of content ranking on the first page, right? As you can see here, we've got domain authority of 9 ranking here, 28, right? 30, right? 26, okay, 32, 93, and this is obviously a Quora result, so don't worry much about that. And 71 here. But what's really interesting here is you've got a website with a domain authority of 9, and of course page authority of 9, and domain authority of 13, and page authority of 19. So this means that there's a room for your website. If your website has less authority, let's say 10 or 15, right, you can obviously make it to the first page. This seems to me as a low competition keywords, right? And it also looks great. You can also try winning for snippets as well, right? Which I will discuss in my upcoming videos on how to do that. So for example, this looks a very good to me, right? This looks to be a great keyword for me. Now what you'll do is just go ahead and highlight this out, right? Let's say we have selected with this. So this is our keywords and LSI keywords, right? So once you have selected the keywords, just go ahead, copy it, go to the website called lsigraph.com, which will throw out LSI keywords related to your main keywords, right? Just go ahead and generate it. Okay, let me just refresh this. Alright, there seems to be a small problem with the tool. Alright, so we've got it. So just wait for a while, and once you get that, just go ahead and copy a bunch of LSI keywords that you think make sense. Some of them obviously doesn't make sense, right? Let's say how to groom a dog face. Maybe this makes sense, or maybe some of them can even become your new keywords, right? For example, dog grooming for beginners. You can obviously plug this in into your keywords list, right? This may because this is kind of looks like a subtopics to this one, right? So you can obviously create article on this as well. But just find a handful of them which you think are kind of related to this. So maybe this one looks great to me, right? Just go ahead and plug it in there. Let me just go ahead and cut this out. Okay, so let's say yeah, this one also great. If you're planning to target just Chizu, right? Just go ahead and plug it there. Let me just delete this out as well. Yeah, this one also great, just like a starting point, right? So there, I mean, just go ahead and copy. You can also see search volume, right? If you can't really rank for this by including all these keywords into your website, whether you make them as a subtopic or you have written a paragraph on it, you may have a chance of ranking for them as well. So that's really good. Or if if you're running a affiliate website, right? This is also you can, this is like a product review somehow to me, so you can obviously include that. Just pick which one that you think makes sense and really goes along with your content, and make sure that you add all these into your content as well, right? So here's a small recap. Number one, um, once you have clean up your keywords list, right, and fill up all the search volume and CPC, right, next what you want to do is plug it in on Google. Go ahead and toggle on the mouse bar Chrome extension and see if the majority of sites ranking are having a DA somewhere about not more than 2 or 3 times greater than yours, right? So that those are the keywords which you should go after. Once you've done that, go ahead and plug the keyword into the lsigraph.com and find out the related keywords to the main keyword, and make sure that you have them into your content as well. And that's all for the video, and see you in the next video.